let's go meet the two new additions to our family. We have here my replacement Ryobi strimmer because my original one broke. But to be fair, I got good service out of that actually. I think we've had that for about 5 years. And I was using it for things that maybe you wouldn't like to be used for. And now I've got the Husqvarna brush cutter. I have good faith in being able to get another 5 years at least out of this. It's the most basic strimmer that Ryobi makes, certainly that I can buy here in Australia. And this set me back the equivalent of about £60. I already have the batteries, so this is skin only. And then Will's been complaining for ages about the state of our drills, and in fact his last drill just completely fell apart. He got that from Aldi. My drill's up there, that's one we inherited, so that was a second-hand one. But Will's been eyeing up this DeVault drill, so we got this yesterday too. I'm about to take it into the house to make sure the battery's charged, because fingers crossed we'll be using it today to put up the final 4 panels that we have on the wood store, and then we'll hopefully acquire the rest of the materials we need to finish that. Let's go and see what's in the box. Morning. So. Charger, battery, drill. Let's get this charging. Today is one of those sort of bitty days again. So I've got quite a lot of little projects to get through. To begin with, I'm focusing on a little bit of path maintenance. I've got a little network of footpaths, and they all have different idiosyncrasies and different things that need doing to them. I'm currently heading up the path up the middle of the property behind the house. So this footpath here, if I spin round, there's the back of the house. Here's my footpath. And what this one needs is the bracken that sprouts up trimmed. I like to keep that under control. So starting here, there's a little bit sprouting up all the way up, so I'm just going to take that back. I've been doing this consistently over a number of years, and the amount of bracken which comes up gets less and less, but I do like to keep it tidy. It can start to look scruffy, and you can also lose the path if you're not careful. But I've also got a little bit of work to do on the path which goes to the gate to our neighbour's orchard, and I've got a little bit of work to do on the path which goes around the pond, and I've got a little bit of work to do on the path which goes down to the creek walk. So 4 little footpaths, 4 little jobs, 4 different things to do entirely, but hopefully I'll crack through those today. And then also I'm heading up there, sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, clearing the bracken, but also I'm heading up to gather some poles because Will's going to make some more stakes for me. One of the things I got for Christmas was a jacaranda tree, so hopefully if Will can quickly whip out some poles for me, some stakes, then I'll be able to plant that tree. And we've got a spot in mind, so hopefully that'll be something that I can also get done today. That's that bracken done. I will need to come further up the hill, but for the time being, I've done what I wanted to today. Now I'm on the lookout for some poles. What I'm going to use for that is the second kindling, which is still secreted in little piles up here. So this one there, this little one beyond, this little one there for example. I'm just wanting some stakes for my new tree, and hopefully I'll have just what I need here, and all Will needs to do is shave it and put a point on it really. So I've collected a little bucket of bracken which I've cut into smaller pieces because I like to add it to my compost bins. Bracken added to compost creates a mixture which is quite akin to peat, which is good for here because we're on an acid soil, so I've got some acid loving plants like rhododendrons etc that will like that. Hence the A on these compost bins, that's A for acid, and then these ones are neutral, so I don't put bracken in those, but I put bracken in these to create something which is good for those acid loving plants. But I have discovered over the years that it doesn't break down so terribly well, which is why I chop it up into little chunks. Well, there we go. We're just tidying away. Put up the final 4 pieces that we had to hand. So until we've acquired more materials, that's all that we can do on the wood store project for now, but fingers crossed we'll get more materials in the week, and then it's just a case of finding the time to do all the rest that needs to be done. Path number 2, and this is what I call the pond walk. You can possibly see it's just that this grass here is getting quite tall, and I do prefer keep it at a more normal height for safety's sake. So you can see probably getting quite a lot of this tall field grass. This is the pond, by the way. We had rain whilst we've been away on our various trips, so it's not as full as it can be, but it's pretty full for our pond, as I've mentioned previously. Has got a leak. Anyway, as you can see, I am all harnessed up. I'm off to attach myself to my Husqvarna brush cutter, which is the ideal tool for this particular job, because this grass is tough. It's not like normal lawn grass, and that's why I've got the 2. This is just the ticket. Okay, that's the pond walk done. So this is the side I didn't show you it before, but we can go around this way. I also trimmed in front of our current wood store area, keep the grass nice and low and safe. And then the bit I did show you, where you can either enter or exit the pond walk, down here. So I trimmed down here, down there, and then along the bank, which forms one of the walls of the pond, but is also what we walk along. Trimmed grass never looks as nice as mowed grass, but I hope one day our plan is to put a bridge here, so it might be possible one day in the future to mow that, but until then Strimmer does a grand job, and I hope you can tell the difference. I'm off now to turn my attention to the walk to the orchard. Okay, you, me and the brush cutter go on a little stroll. So this is what I mean by the walk to the orchard. It's really to our boundary fence via the bridge that we recently built. I do mow, I am able to get the mower down here to a point, but I tend to stop where we reach this tea tree tunnel, or this re-emerging tea tree tunnel. It got burnt out, but it's growing back and I'm allowing it to because it was quite a cool feature. But as you can see, there's a bit of debris in the way. I do need to come and trim this tea tree back a bit to make the path a little more accessible. Some more fallen over tea tree I need to deal with. Duck under that. And weave my way through this. But that I've come to do for now, since I have the brush cutter, it's just a little bit of brush cutting along the path the other side of the bridge. So I will get on with that now. There we go. Nothing too dramatic, but just a little bit better as I wait for this tea tree to grow and arch over like it did, as I say, made this lovely little tunnel. And then you may or may not be able to see, but the path's just a little clearer. So, since we last spoke, I also went actually and did the strimming down at the creek walk. So that's all done. I put the strimmer away, the brush cutter. Now I've just got a little bit of work to do. Taking some stumps down to the ground so that I can get the mower down at the creek walk a little easier. And then once I've done that, I will mix up some tea-stroke, and then I will mow the house lawns, and I will get to use my replacement Ryobi strimmer for the first time. So I think I'll do all of that sort of stuff off camera, but just to keep you up to date with what the rest of my day is looking like, and I will catch up with you at some point in the future. Time to unbox this bad boy. Basically it looks exactly the same as this one, except it's not broken. And then what I'm going to do first of all is do the extended warranty stuff by logging it onto my Ryobi toolkit. Then I'm going to use it. So I probably won't show you all of that boring admin, but suffice it to say that is the next thing I'm up to. So yeah, I got back to you a bit sooner than I was planning to, but so I'd mention that in passing. We're briefly back in the city, in our hotel that we tend to stay at, or always stay at. It's opposite this tower, which has, right at the top, this sky deck thing. Apparently it's got really cool views of the city. I think that might be it, that little bowl just got like a glass floor and it slides in and out. So we're thinking we might go up there. I'm filming because obviously if we're heading off to the highest sky deck in the whole southern hemisphere, I'm taking you with me, of course. Oh, and apparently it's also got the fastest lifts. I have no fear of heights. Will does not share that lack of fear.
How are you?
Main train station. That's where I went for the Christmas Carol concert. Our hotel's just there, so we often go for concerts
for some stuff. We just went for a drink on that floating bar, very nice. On the CBD, you can just see the city stretching on forever and ever and ever. Melbourne is huge. And that's where the Australian Open is held. Will tells me, so I just have to believe him. This is part of the track of the Australian Grand Prix.